Alright, I know it's not as soon as I promised, but I'm here. Sorry, I know it's late, but I came as fast as I could. It took me a while to finish up work, then I had to go to the store because it turns out I didn't have all the snacks and drinks I promised. But I'm here now, carrying it all in one trip, by the way. Yeah, including the drinks you specifically requested. Do you want all this in the kitchen? Cool. Then please either lead the way or move, because these are kinda getting heavy. Why don't you grab some glasses and I'll make the snack spread on the table here. Okay, so we have salty on this side, sweet over here, spicy way over here, and anything that mixes the flavors in the middle. A feast fit for royalty, if I do say so myself. So, is this glass for me? Perfect. Alright, now that we're settled in, do you want to tell me what's going on? You sounded, well, let's just say not yourself on the phone earlier. I know it's been a while since we've had a mutual clearing in our schedules for some face-to-face time, but I could tell just by your voice that something was wrong. Is it something you want to talk about? Or something you want to drown in food and drink? Who? Oh, yeah, I remember them. I think we met a couple of times during parties. I can't recall us ever having an actual conversation. Why? Well, I might not be overly familiar, but I, I know you were kind of close to them. You thought? What do you mean you thought? Found out what? Hey, your hands are shaking. What could they have done that made you this upset? They did this to you. No, not to you. Okay, to whom? If you don't know them, then how did you find out your friend did this to them? Uh-huh. And was there even proof? Wow. I'm so sorry. It must have been so difficult to find out there's such a deplorable side to someone you thought you knew so well. No, it's okay, I understand the language. I have absolutely no problem with it. In fact, in this case, I think it should be even stronger. Have you talked to your friends since you found out about this? How did that go? Well, nobody wants to be confronted with that sort of accusation, but did they finally own up to it? Yeah, I bet it took time. What? They froze you out? Just completely disappeared? Jeez, what a dick move. But I guess in the end, a rat will crawl back into its hole. How are you feeling? Angry, yeah, I get that, I'd be too. Helpless, stressed, both very reasonable and valid emotions right now. No, you can think anything you want of them, but you're not stupid. Don't ever think that. It's obvious that this person was mentally and emotionally abusive, and people like that are usually pretty good at creating a false narrative around themselves. They only show that side of themselves to their victims, the people they want to fool around. They almost never get to see through the facade. Enable? What are you talking about? How would you... Being friends with someone who does that, that's not the same as enabling them. You have no idea what's actually going on. As soon as you found out and confirmed it, you took action. That's the opposite of enabling. No, it's not your fault. There's no way you could have known. Abusers groom their character witnesses just as carefully as they groom their victims. Listen to me, abusers are like addicts. They are masters of manipulation. They know exactly what to do and say and how to act in order to get what they want out of others. You shouldn't be so hard on yourself. You have one of the most caring and lovable personalities in the world, at least in my world. Sometimes a good heart doesn't see the bad in a person, and you can't think of that as a flaw in your character. Well, yes, of course you're going to be gloomy too. They lied to you, manipulated your perception of them. Discovering their true nature like this, it's obviously going to be a shock. Why shouldn't you be sad? You have every right to be. No, because you're distressed over their betrayal. That does not mean you condone their actions in any way. I know you, so I know that if you had any inkling of what was going on, you would have never allowed it to continue. This person didn't want you to know, so they went out of their way to keep it from you. I know you must have been feeling so overwhelmed with a plethora of emotions right now, and it must be difficult to figure out how to cope with this kind of betrayal. Well, I keep using betrayal because it's the right word. You have been betrayed by someone you considered to be a friend. It's completely normal to be devastated by that. I know you feel for the victim and you want to show solidarity for them by hating this person, but it's also okay to mourn the loss of the person they pretended to be in your life. It's a non-zero sum game. I mean, that feeling of anguish over your loss doesn't mean you're any less sad for or sympathetic towards the victim, or any less angry at the person who hurt you. They used you, and it's okay to be angry with them about it, as well as sad about losing someone you considered to be a friend. They left a hole in your life that they earned through deception and manipulation. This loss is entirely their fault, and you should only blame them. I know it hurts being betrayed by someone whom you felt so close. That's a different kind of pain. It goes beyond physical pain and possibly even further beyond any other emotional pain one can feel. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I can't answer that. There's no single right way to handle this. However, you can cope with it within reason. That's what you should do. The critical thing is to realize that you don't have to go through this alone. I'm here for you. Yeah, snacks and drinks notwithstanding. You can talk to me about anything. I'm always here. Just a call or a text away.